right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Science Fiction Art Life. My name is Adewale Booker Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star, don't be a hater. Today, I'm going to talk about Marvel's all-time top 10 superhero list. I can't believe I haven't done this at all ever in all these episodes that I've had, which is nearing basically 85 episodes. It's ridiculous, but Marvel's all-time top 10 list is going to incorporate all the heroes you know about. It's taking me a while to put this list together, and I had to put some thought to it, man. Seriously, those who made the list, from Blade, Iron Man, Wolverine, Captain America, Black Panther, Storm, just to name a few. But before we get going in this podcast, I want to thank our sponsors. This Science Fiction podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting, taking your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. And this podcast is also brought to you by Anadel Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. And also to our podcast, if you just don't like listening to it on whether it's Apple, Spotify, or Deza, you could also check it out visually on our YouTube channel at Science Vision. That's YouTube at Science Vision, because we always got all our recent episodes on there. Check them out. A lot of people love visual stuff, and I do a lot of cool stuff, man, in terms of whenever I have sculpture podcasts or whatever. But y'all check it out on YouTube channel at Science Vision. Okay, y'all, so now let's get into this podcast. Marvel's all-time top 10 superhero list. I'm pretty excited about this. At number 10, we've got Deadpool and Thor. Let's start off with Deadpool. So I drew two versions of Deadpool. This is a Deadpool version that y'all have never seen before, but I sell them at the comic expos, right? And then this is the original Deadpool you guys are used to. You know, check that out. You know what I mean? This is a pretty sick character right here, Deadpool right here. Of course, as I stated before, getting on this list meant you had influence, you had animations, you had all kinds of situations that you were created. So let's talk about Deadpool, right? So Deadpool, well, let's talk about this. Check this out, this DVD. Deadpool's actually in this cartoon, Hulk versus Thor and Hulk versus Wolverine. He's actually in this episode. As you can see, look at the back of the DVD. As you can see him right there in the corner. You know what I mean? Deadpool's funny, he's quirky, but Deadpool's always been an anti-hero, right? But at the same time, too, he's a hero because he has superpowers. He's also part of the Weapon X program, which Wolverine came out of. He also has instantaneous indie factor. Not to mention he's just cool, and he's a ninja. That's what makes him really cool. He's funny. He's always been a bit of, I guess, sort of, I want to call him stupid. Just, he always had this, it seemed like he lacked intelligence. Always did things without planning. Sort of by the seat of the pants type of dude. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's what gravitated people towards him. I mean, dude, if you go to comic expos, if you go to YouTube, if you go to Google, Deadpool is everywhere. And then not to mention he's done 2 movies. And Ryan Reynolds does a great job of being Deadpool, just bringing out that character and bringing it to life, you know. I actually met the creator of Deadpool one time in Las Vegas Comic-Con. It was one of the coolest experiences. He gave me great advice, man. But Deadpool is a sick character, man, without question. Deadpool's just, oh my God, he's so sick. As a kid, I loved him as a kid. And then just seeing him in cartoons. What I want to see now is maybe an animation series, if it's possible. Because he has so much influence. I mean, you go to, like I said, comic expos, you see a bunch of people dressed up like Deadpool. There's always at least 10 to 15, 20 people dressed up like Deadpool at every comic expo I go to. You know, so Deadpool, man, that influence is there. He comes in at number 10. At that other side of that number 10, I'm going to tell you who the other dude is. It's Thor, as I stated before. Thor and Deadpool. So check it out, y'all. Let's check this out. Look at that. Thor, right? You know what I'm saying? The God of Thunder. Thor. He's a member of the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? He's a member of the Avengers, as I stated before. He's got 4 movies, counting Love and Thunder, that just came out recently, which is probably going to be great. He's a part of the Avengers. He's been in this animated series right here. Avengers, Ultimate Avengers 1, Ultimate Avengers 2, Revenge of the Rise of Black Panther. And then, of course, can't forget this one. Hulk versus Thor, Hulk versus Wolverine. So that's what I mean by influence. When these people are just everywhere, you've done something. There's no way you're not on the list. Thor is, I think, like, sometimes we generally don't like characters that have too much power, which is what Thor is. But he's a cool dude that has too much power that we like a lot. You know what I mean? He's like Thor has achieved what Superman hasn't, which is traveled through time, evolved, and gotten better. That's what's wrong with, that's going to leave that for another day. But Thor is the complete opposite of Superman. Thor is the kind of guy who has all these powers, but he's still beloved. Thor is a cool character, not to mention the movies. Chris Hemsworth does a great job of playing Thor in all the movies, Avengers 1, 2, 3, and 4. his own 4 movies, which I've seen all of them. I'm about to see the 4th one too. I haven't seen that yet, but I'm going to theaters to check that out because it just came out recently. But like I said, influence, man. Not to mention I've seen people always at the Comic Expos holding a big old hammer, thinking they're the Thunder God. Everybody thinks they're the Thunder God. You know what I'm saying? But he's one of the cool characters, man, in Marvel Universe. You know what I'm saying? And I just think Avengers Infinity Endgame just even put into another level because we saw him in the context of where he kind of got a big old belly and he was funny, which was really hilarious. You know what I mean? And I remember watching him as a kid on episodes of the Hulk. He was guest star in an episode of the Hulk. You know what I mean? It's just so Thor has reached so many levels. He's got 4 movies and probably more to come. So it's like influence, animation, movies, you name it. If you're doing those things, you got to get on the list. So Thor and Deadpool make up number 10. At number 9, Black Widow. Yes, you doggone right. Black Widow made this list. Come on, man. I'm not gonna have a list. I ain't got Black Widow. Let me get her out for y'all, man. You know what I mean? Black Widow is she's the truth and a quarter, man. Here she goes. Now, Black Widow. Yeah, you damn right Black Widow made this list. There's no way I got this list and I ain't got Black Widow on it. She's my favorite female Avenger. She's just sick. And she's all human. That's what makes her so cool. Everything with her is highly trained. She's combatant skilled. She's intelligent. She's got espionage. She's got spy gear. She's got all kinds of cool tools in the shed. Not to mention she can fight without those tools. And then I was so happy when the movie came out. That movie was so good. Scarlett Johansson laid the law in that movie. That movie was so good. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised it took so long for her to get made. And what's even more shocking is how is it that Captain Marvel got a movie before Black Widow? And Black Widow sort of is the first lady of the Avengers. If not, it's a tie between her and Storm, who's the first lady of Marvel. You know what I mean? But Black Widow is an incredible character. She's part of the Avengers. She was in this movie right here. Avengers, Ultimate Avengers 1, Ultimate Avengers 2, which I'm probably going to watch because I got my DVDs. And then also 2. Captain America and the Winter Soldier. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention she was in the 3rd one too, Civil War. You know what I mean? So she's been in multiple movies. I mean, this lady's influence, man. This character's influence is in Earth Spider Zero. She was great, even though she was a spy. She wasn't really on the team. Avengers Assemble, she was incredible. Avengers, Ultimate Avengers, I showed y'all. You know what I'm saying? And 2. Rise of the Panther. Not to mention all 4 Avengers movies. You know what I'm saying? She's just incredible. And she grew in all the 4 movies. She was different. You could tell we got to see more and more of her, what she really was, what her background was, all that cool stuff. Black Widow, man, sick with it, without question. Just the truth and a quarter. She's a beast. You know what I'm saying? There was no way this list was getting made without her being on it. It ain't happening. So Black Widow comes down at number 9. At number 8 is the Incredible Hulk. That's right. So let's show y'all the DVD to start off with, right? Hulk versus Thor, Hulk versus Wolverine. Let's flip it over. You know, in this DVD special right here, I don't know if you guys ever watch it. He's actually fighting Thor and Wolverine in different sets on different universes. It's just crazy. And he's giving them the business, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, not to mention, he's on Ultimate Avengers 1 and then Ultimate Avengers 2. You know what I mean? I love this DVD. As soon as it came out, I had to go get it, man. And you know I had to show you the poster. Come on now. All these posters I'm showing y'all, all available on SonicVision.com. Check this out, man. The Incredible Hulk. I love Hulk. You know, let's have a look at him good and good. You know what I mean? One of the things I love about him is that he's misunderstood. But also, too, he's intelligent. He's got combative skills. Even if it's not natural, right? Of course, Bruce Banner becomes the Hulk because of gamma radiation, you know, and instead of like finding a way to fight it, because I think what I liked about Avengers 4 is that he finally just came to terms and to peace with what he was, that this Hulk thing is a part of my life. I might as well just use it to its best. And it works out, you know what I'm saying? Because in the 4th one, he really, man, the only thing I was missing with 4 was I thought in the final showdown when Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man were fighting Thanos, I thought it should have been Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, and Black Panther. All 5 dudes going at him. You know what I mean? That's how it should have been, because I felt like those were the heavy hitters in terms of the Avengers. You know what I mean? But Hulk is an incredible character. Not to mention the 4 Avengers movies. He's been on that too. So, you know, Hulk throughout time has been misunderstood. I think he's one of the greatest characters ever made. I love that second Incredible Hulk movie with Ed Norton. That movie was so sick. That was Hulk for real, Hulk right there. And then not to mention he's giving Abomination the business. You know what I mean? So, this is one of those incredible things where this character that I love. And not to mention the animated series too, from the 1990s. If you ever watched, they had 2 seasons, 13 episodes each. It was just, you got to see this relationship between him and General Ross. That dude he really made Bruce Banner's life a living hell. But Hulk is one of those characters, not to mention you pull for him. I don't know anybody who isn't a Hulk fan, because we all feel like we feel sorry for him, even though we shouldn't. He can stand up for himself, but we kind of feel sorry for him because we realize he's just tormented by offers being human, but also being transformed into the Hulk. So, the Hulk comes in at number 8. At number 7, man, Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Yo, this movie right here is the first Spider-Man movie ever made. This is the original with Tobey Maguire. I have to show y'all this. Like I said before, influence, all this kind of stuff, man. I got the DVD special, man. I had to go get the special edition. This is full screen too, y'all. Not to mention, Spider-Man's been in multiple movies. So let's bust out the poster, y'all. I have to go look for it. You know what I mean? Check it out, man. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Y'all see the dude in action, man. You see him doing what it is. Doing what he does. You know what I mean? From Tobey Maguire to Andrew Garfield to Tom Holland. All 3 dudes done a fantastic job, man. You know what I mean? And the last Spider-Man was amazing. I hope it's not the last one. I really do. And not to mention he was in Avengers. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was Infinity War or Endgame, he laid the law down. And then he got his own movies. Those were sick. Each person, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland, each person playing Spider-Man differently, but each one of them doing a great job. And then not to mention the multiple cartoons, the ones specifically from the 1990s, from 1994 to 1998, 5 seasons of total awesomeness. That animated series was so sick. It was just, oh my God. It was blow you out of your mind, man. And not to mention, he influenced other Spider-Man, like Ultimate Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Scarlet Spider, I can't remember what the metal spider is, Man Spider. Let me see if I can find Ultimate Spider-Man right here, Miles Morales, because he influenced this. Shoot, what am I talking about? Look, this is all the stuff. This is what Spider-Man spawned right here. Another character, another Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Miles Morales. You know what I mean? So Spider-Man, man, he got reach. Video games. It was in Marvel vs. Capcom. And the countless animated series, whether it's from the one from the 90s or the one where he's sort of like a student to Nick Fury. I'm trying to think what other Spider-Mans there are, man. The toys, you see kids all the time dressed up like Spider-Man, where it's not t-shirts or it's like just cosplay costumes at comic expos or toys. I remember I had these web shooters I actually used in the pool, man. I actually had web shooters on my wrist, and you could fill it with water. You can like that Spider-Man in the pool to people. So I used to do that to people, man. People's eyes, like hitting them in the forehead. You know what I mean? It was. Spider-Man is so sick. You know what I mean? Spider-Man is just, oh my God, this dude, he's so cool. Spider-Man. And then the theme song too, man. You know what I mean? The theme song was sick because it was done by Aerosmith. Specifically the Spider-Man from the 1990s, the one I'm talking about. The theme song was done by Aerosmith, man. So it's just one of the sickest deals you've ever seen, all right? So number 7, Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? At number 6, Storm from the X-Men. Man, this lady right here is the truth and a quarter. Let me see if I can find this bad boy. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for her. Oh, there she goes. There goes Storm right there, y'all. Y'all see it. The Queen of Thunder. You know what I mean? The Queen of the Elements. That's what I call her. 5th level mutants. She was on the X-Men animated series, not to mention multiple X-Men movies. And do you know she also used to be an Avenger in a different storyline? She was an Avenger. She was one of the sickest Avengers actually you've ever seen. She was actually cool. It had her, Iron Man, Giant Woman, I think. Let me see who else. But she's been an Avenger too. Now the thing that I want to see with Storm is movies, animation series. This character is too powerful. Excuse me, y'all. I gotta get this halls in. It's a little bit chilly. This woman is too powerful for there not to be where she's getting to be a part of this, where she gets her own stand, gets her own time, because that's what she's missing. I mean, she's too powerful, man. queen of the elements. She can literally control every element on Earth. Yo, they gotta find an actress. Regina King, Angela Bassett, Kerry Washington. Somebody can play this woman. And let's get this animated series out here, man, because somebody can play this woman. You know what I mean? So, Storm, look at the animated series right here, man. You know what I'm saying? You can see her right there on top. You know what I mean? Queen of the elements. I loved her in X-Men Evolution, Wolverine and the X-Men. I felt like X-Men Evolution and Wolverine and the X-Men really did a good job in terms of her character, because on this one right here that I'm talking about, I always hated the fact that she had to always make a speech to use her powers. It was very, very stereotypical. I couldn't stand that. It used to piss me off. You know what I mean? But I still loved her. I don't think there's anything that I created in my apparel line in terms of the ladies side that I don't probably have Storm in the first 5 characters that I created. You know what I mean? She's an incredible character. She needs her own space. She needs her own time. And she needs to have her own movie and animated series. Do you know how many people would love to see that? Storm would be straight fire if she had her own animated series. It'd be off the chain. So many eyes. I mean, how many comic expos I go to? There's always somebody dressed up as Storm. Whether it's this in the white costume or people making up their own costume from back in the day with that black costume she has. She's awesome. So whether she's rocking a mohawk, whether she's rocking the short hair from Age of Apocalypse, it's just, she's an incredible character, man. You know, speaking of Age of Apocalypse, let me see if I can even find it, man. Shoot, hold on, yo. I think I can. What am I talking about? So I can find this bad boy. Let's see right here. Let me show y'all. That's how you know Storm is the truth right here. Look at me flipping through an old, yeah, see? Storm, Age of Apocalypse right there. Y'all see it? There she goes again, right? And I ain't done yet. Shoot, check out more Storm. This is when she leads Wolverine and Colossus to go take on the Morlocks. You know what I mean? She's got to fight Marrow. And she gives Marrow the business, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, man, God, Storm is so sick. She is so sick. You know what I mean? So Storm comes in at number 6. Y'all, Storm comes in at number 6. I'm over here all stuck with my stuff. All right. At number 5. Captain America. You know what I'm saying? Let's find the poster, y'all. Oh my God. You know what I mean? This dude right here. Man. Laying it down. I know y'all see him. There you go. Right there. You know what I mean? Captain America. Let's see if I can find the old school Captain America too. Do I have that? Ooh, yes I... No, I don't. I guess I don't, y'all. But y'all see the Captain America. Let's show it to y'all again. Captain America right there. Y'all see him. You know what I mean? Let's talk about influence. The movies. Ultimate Avengers 1. Ultimate Avengers 2. Y'all see him right there in the front. You know what I mean? Doing his thing right there, leading the squad. And then, not to mention the 3 freaking fantastic movies that were made. Captain America 1. Winter Soldier 2. Civil War 3. I mean, all 3 movies were fire. This is... Captain America, in terms of movie trilogies, is the greatest trilogy of movies ever made. I can't think of one trilogy that can touch it. Blade can't touch it. Iron Man can't touch it. I'm talking in terms of a single character. Nothing can touch the Captain America trilogy. Captain America trilogy is the sickest. Sickest, man, because every movie got better and better. Winter Soldier was just off the chain. I can't tell you how many times I watched Winter Soldier. And then we're even going to talk about Civil War. You know what I mean? Because it's like they built it and it got better and better and better and better and better. You know what I mean? Captain America, man. The great thing about Captain America is that Captain America has traveled through time. I don't know if I want to use the term greatly. It's just he's transitioned. Like he's done what Superman couldn't do. That's one of the things that's hurting Superman as a character. The transition of time. He hasn't gone through time yet. Captain America's evolved. If you look at Captain America, he's not just a guy fighting for one group of individuals. He's fighting for all groups of individuals that are underserved. Anybody who's the underdog, that's who Captain America is running with. And if you notice in the movies, a lot of people want to just see him as this character that represents a certain group of individuals. No, he's like, no, I'm not representing the wealthy or those who have. I'm representing those who don't have. And it doesn't matter where you come from, what is your background. I don't care. His thing is, I don't like bullies, man. You know what I mean? Captain America is one of the sickest guys. I don't know if y'all can see him in my banner, but I got him right here. You know what I mean? Captain America is just, oh my God. This dude, a list is not complete if Captain America is not in your top 5. You know what I'm saying? He might not sell the most merchandise, but he gets to sell a lot. You know what I mean? The only thing missing in my arsenal now, I think I need to go find a way to get the shield. That would really be cool. You know what I mean? Have the shield. Have the Captain America shield, because those movies were ferocious. And then not to mention all 4 movies. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I always knew he was gonna pick up that hammer, man, in the 4th one. I was like, this dude's about to pick up this hammer. And sure enough, he picks up the hammer and gives Thanos the business. You know what I mean? He put it down, man. It was a great movie. Chris Evans did a great job as Captain America. I don't think anybody could have done a greater job. Chris Evans put it down, man. And hopefully, I know in the end he got old and all that kind of stuff. He faded away. But I hope they find a way somehow to bring him back into the Marvel Universe, man. If Chris Evans wants it. But what I would really like to see is an animated series. And preferably, Chris Evans voicing the animated series. I don't want to see nobody playing Captain America. Let Chris Evans be the voice of Captain America in an animated series. You know how sick that would be? An animated series of Captain America. Dude, that would be fire. You know what I mean? So Captain America comes in at number 5. You know what I'm saying? Sick as hell, man. At number 4, Wolverine from the X-Men. Let's show him to y'all. Check that. Look at Wolverine. My favorite X-Men. You know what I mean? He's sick with it, man. Wolverine's just, oh my God, he's so cool. You know what I mean? And then let's talk about all the other stuff he's been on too. Shoot. How about this right here? Hulk versus Wolverine, Hulk versus Thor. I mean, he's and it's funny to think about it. Wolverine started off as a villain to the Hulk. And then in the late 80s and early 90s, he just blew up and became the biggest Marvel character like ever. I think prior to be honest with y'all, prior to the X-Men movies, Wolverine was very, very, very popular. And I think when the X-Men movies came out, plus his own individual movies, for some reason, man, his decline went like, you know what I mean? But Wolverine still, till today, man, I think he probably is number 4 on the list of Marvel. Like I have him right now, number 4 on the list in terms of Marvel's all-time top 10 superheroes. Because he has so much influence. Now let's find this poster real quick. Yeah, right there, baby. I love me some Wolverine, boy. Oh my God. Wolverine is so sick. I used to, as a kid, I used to walk around like this. I want to have the claws coming out of here. Now realizing how painful that thing was going to be, man. But Wolverine was so sick. I mean, he was so sick with it. You know what I mean? I think in the 1990s, there was a list prior to probably the whole Avengers MCU thing getting going. Wolverine was number 1 superhero of all time. I mean, in front of Batman, in front of Iron Man, in front of Blade, in front of Batman, in front of Black Panther. He was number 1. And like I say before, again, when the movies came out, I think somehow it hurt him because even though the movies made money, they weren't really that good. You know what I mean? And then in terms of Wolverine movies themselves, Logan was fire. That's how you make a Wolverine movie right there. Logan, can you imagine if all 3 had been done like that? Oh my God, it would have been ridiculous. Look at me putting my hand over to my face. You know what I mean? It was just incredible, y'all. Wolverine is a sicko character. In the animated series, I remember this as a kid. I loved it. You know what I mean? Whether it was episodes like Cold Vengeance, which is based on him, or the Phoenix Saga. You know, Wolverine was always the deal that pushed the needle on the team. He wasn't the smartest, he wasn't the tallest, he wasn't the strongest, but he had the most heart. You know what I mean? Wolverine got heart, man. He don't back down from no fight. One thing you ain't gonna do to Wolverine is bully him. Let me bring y'all closer so you can see him right there. And this right, if you're wondering, is a special edition comic book collection DVD for Marvel. This is the season 1 of X-Men. You know I had to have this, man. Come on now. I love X-Men too much, and Wolverine's my favorite X-Men. Not to mention he was Weapon X, which I'm going to show y'all. You know what I mean? I almost totally forgot, man. From the Age of Apocalypse. Shoot. And for those who are wondering, yeah, I got it in the sleeve. This is the first issue of the Weapon X project. Weapon X from Age of Apocalypse. First issue, y'all. Y'all know I have to lay the law. I won't play no games, man. And then this is the last issue of it. You know what I mean? It's the last issue of it. You know what I mean? Oh my God, look at this. First issue, last issue, Weapon X. And he loses an arm, man. I mean, the whole Weapon X saga, it was so sick. If you've never read that comic book, in fact, if you've never read the Wolverine and Weapon X Age of Apocalypse saga, you are so missing out. And this is the reason why he's on this list of all-time greatest superheroes on Marvel's all-time greatest superheroes. It's sick. You know what? Now that I'm looking at y'all, shoot, I'm gonna do this right here. Get my protection on. Shoot, I'm gonna protect this comic. I just totally forgot about it. I can flip it. I'm gonna do this later. Look at me doing work while I'm talking to y'all. You know what I mean? But Wolverine, man, number 4. He's such a sick character. It is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Wolverine at number 4. At number 3, the Black Panther. Oh, yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Black Panther. I know y'all see him. You know what I mean? There he go right there. You know what I mean? That movie made $1.4 billion. Not only did he break stereotype categories, he broke records. I mean, it was just ridiculous. This dude changed the game. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. God, every time I think about that, I just think about how much greatness, even more greatness, this guy would have achieved. I mean, he put this character on steroids, man. I mean, nobody else could have done a job like that. And I really feel sorry for whoever's got to play the character after him. I wouldn't want that job. I'd be like, nah, thanks, I'm good. You know what I mean? Because anything short of what Chadwick Boseman did, man, you're going to get crucified. Because we ain't having it. You know what I mean? Because this guy, he's so beloved by the African American community. Not only the African American community, but beloved by everybody who wants superheroes. That's the very reason why the movie made $1.4 billion, which is more than Captain America, more than Iron Man, more than X-Men, more than Wolverine, more than Spider-Man, more than Hulk. Because people were tired of seeing the same old thing. White guys in superhero costumes. Let's see somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why Captain Marvel did good. Black Widow did good. Black Panther did good. Blade, of course, who jumped the whole thing off. You know what I'm saying? But Black Panther, man, and let's talk about this, right? He was in, let's check this out, y'all. He wasn't in Ultimate Avengers 1, but he sure was in Ultimate Avengers 2. And prior to this movie, I really honestly didn't know much about Black Panther, right? You know what I mean? Let's check him out. Of course, Black Panther, as we know, he's a scientist himself. He's a science guy himself, but he also inherits the mantle of leadership from his father, who's killed. Well, in the movie, he was killed by, Baron Zemo, right? But in the cartoon, he was killed by Claw. You know what I'm saying? So it's sort of different storylines, but it's still the same kind. It's kind of not the same, but it's different, because I remember he was on one episode of Fantastic Four, which was cool to see him. He was also in an episode of X-Men. He didn't say anything, but you could see him standing. It was this episode called Sanctuary, where he was on a cliff, on a mountain, hanging around when Magneto had to bring back the asteroid M back to Earth. You know what I mean? Black Panther he's the sickest superhero. By far right now, I think he's the greatest superhero out there right now of all time. If you did a list, because I did one prior, maybe about episode 38, all-time top 10 superheroes, dude was number 1, without question. The movie was just incredible. The movie was amazing. It was just incredible to see what this character is, the vibranium suit. Its ability to absorb energy and then to revert that energy back to you. I mean, he's bulletproof. The only thing he can't do is fly, really. He's got superhuman strength. He's got speed. He's got intelligence. Actually, and there's a list of Marvel's smartest superhero. I think he came in at number 3 or number 2 on the list. Because the guy is brilliant, too. Of course, he's got his sister with him, Shuri, but he actually invented the Black Panther costume, and they make it better. Because, of course, the generation before him had the Black Panther costume, but they didn't have what he had in terms of the technological, scientific advances that he made. You know what I'm saying? So, Black Panther, man, this dude, I can't say enough about this guy, man. Rest in peace again to Chadwick. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. It just, every time I think about it, I'm just like, oh, this sucks. I mean, saying I can't even think of anything else that Black Panther. Nobody in the Marvel universe is as influential right now as he is. Comic expos, toys, animation series. Even the one they had way in the 5th season of Avengers Assemble, that was so sick. 22 episodes of awesomeness. If you have Disney Plus, or if you can watch it anywhere else, you got to watch season 5 of Avengers Assemble, Marvel's Panther Quest. It is so cool. You got to watch it. It really lets you get closer to the character, understand this character, Black Panther, man. Not to mention, Black Panther's been around since the 1960s. And then he took off in flight in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? He really became enamored with a lot of people in the 1970s, man. And up through the years, we waited a long time for this movie to come out in 2017. And when it did, it sure enough did not disappoint. Movie was sick with it. We need more animated series from Black Panther. There was one in the early 2000s, maybe 2010, 2012. I would say, yeah, maybe 2010, 2012. It was atrocious. I'm just gonna pretend like that I never saw that cartoon series, because it was just, oh my god, hell no. It was on BET, and I think that was before Viacom bought BET. But I just did not care for that cartoon at all. It was very stereotypical. It was very disrespectful, and I didn't like it at all. After 3 episodes, I said, "Nah, I'm never watching this again. Forget this. This ain't happening." But Black Panther, oh my god, I got T-shirt. You know I don't play. You know what I mean? I got T-shirt. I got posters. You know what I'm saying? He's an incredible character, man. So Black Panther, man, comes in at number 3. At number 2, my favorite Avenger, Iron Man. That's right. This is the old school cartoon VHS tape. You know how to do it, man. Come on now. Look at this. From the 1990s. Yeah, that's right. You know this is a VHS tape. You know this is a VHS tape. You know what I mean? It's just, this is an incredible character. He's my favorite Avenger, but I love the fact that he wears armor, right? He has influence on one of my characters when I created my character, Cajun. The armor, him and the next character coming up on this top 10 list. He's my favorite Avenger. You know what I'm saying? I think he's the greatest Avenger, to be honest with you. And then not to mention Robert Downey Jr. just laying the law. I remember this animation from the 1990s, man. This dude just, oh my god, straight killing it. I mean, I was just blown away. I remember in the intro cartoon, he busts out the briefcase, the thing drops down, and he puts on the armor. I'm just like, oh, this is so sick. Because that cartoon at the time was beyond its time. If you want to watch these episodes, these specific episodes from the 1990s, I know you can find it on YouTube for sure. You know what I mean? But before we get going, let's talk about Iron Man. I want y'all to see him. There he goes right there. Thrusters up. Iron Man is go. You know what I mean? Dude, Iron Man is just such a sick character. And then the movie. You know what I mean? Before we talk about the movie, let's talk about this animated right here. This one episode, this episode was so sick. This is how he constructs the armor. You get to see this Japanese style. Of course, you know I love Japanese stuff. He's going against the spirit of the Mandarin on this right here. You know what I'm saying? So he's getting help from Rhodey and Pepper Potts. You know what I mean? So, you know, he gets captured, and you know those stories. He gets captured and all that stuff, and they have to save him and cut out and protect his heart and put the arc reactor in his chest and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? But Iron Man is sick. And then the movie. Oh my God. Sick, and so sick. Dude, this movie was so sick. The first one, I loved it. The second one, I liked it. The third one, you know what I mean? But the first two, of course, the second one had War Machine, so you know I had to love that. You know what I mean? But Iron Man, oh my God. Iron Man, man, this dude is just the sickest. He's probably the smartest Marvel character. Of course, he's the smartest Avenger. It's for sure, it's a tie between him and the Hulk. But in terms of technology, this dude can be messed with, man. He's the greatest Marvel superhero in terms of that technology stuff. His costume, and then the movies, and then the Avengers movies, his armor evolved till he got to the nanotech armor in Infinity War. You know what I mean? And then Endgame, of course, the armor even got even better. I mean, and nobody could have done a better job than Robert Downey Jr. I'm just grateful that it was Robert Downey Jr. that played Iron Man, because I would have been so ticked off if it had been anybody else. I remember when the movie was going to come, I was like, look, they better get Robert Downey Jr., man. And I was shocked when it actually happened. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, because sometimes they can cast the wrong person, and it just ruined the movie. It can ruin the movie. But Robert Downey Jr., now that Robert Downey Jr. has played it in almost 7 movies, I don't want to see nobody else playing Iron Man. So figure out a way to bring Robert Downey Jr. back as Iron Man in the Marvel Universe, MCU. Do what y'all do, because Iron Man is just fire, y'all. It's ridiculous. And then not to mention Avengers, showing y'all the wrong stuff. Ultimate Avengers 1, Ultimate Avengers 2. And it's crazy in this cartoon series, in this cartoon movies, Iron Man sort of like is like the lone wolf. Like, he's not trying to fit on the team. It's like, nah, this ain't gonna work. And then in the end, he actually ends up joining them, which is crazy. And then in the second one, they go to Wakanda. He damn near is almost killed, but then he has to borrow you get to see for the first time him in the War Machine armor. It's just sick, man. I mean, Iron Man, oh my God. I can't stress enough how sick Iron Man is. Like I said, I love Iron Man. I love the armor. And then this movie has the greatest transformation sequence ever for a superhero. Ever. Nothing will ever top this. Well, except for Cardiac Assassins. But this Iron Man transformation sequence, oh my God, that armor sequence I remember in movie theaters, I was so amped up when we got to that point. I mean, the way the armor came on his body, the exoskeleton, the coordination counts as the robots put the armor on his body. It was just like, I'm watching the cartoon all over again. God, and then in subsequent movies that came along, whether it's Avengers 2, Infinity War, but nothing topped this armor sequence when he transformed into the armor sequence on this first Iron Man. Iron Man comes in at number 2. He's sick with it. He's my favorite Avenger. You know what I'm saying? And in Civil War, I was mad as hell when he lost to Captain America. I was like, you got to be kidding me. The only reason why Captain America won this fight was because it was his movie, Captain America. There's no way Iron Man is losing to Captain America. Hell no. Hell no. You know what I mean? So y'all, Iron Man comes in at number 2. At number 1, Blade. Man. And I'm going to tell you why. Blade. Let's show you. This is the Blade 1 right here. This is the Blade 2. Prior to these two movies being made, Marvel was not anywhere near what it is today. This guy, Wesley Snipes, laid it down, put out these great movies, all 3, including Blade Trinity, which I don't have on me right now, and he just blew the doors open, man. I mean, Blade is the foundation of Marvel. There should be a 90-foot statue of Blade, the character, in front of MCU movie studios or wherever, or just in Marvel, both at Marvel and MCU movie studios, because there's no way Marvel is what it is today without this character right here. Give him his due. Look at these movies. I mean, oh my God! And then not to mention the one season with Sticky Fingers where he played Blade, the animated series in which lasted 12 episodes. I have that on DVD too as well, and I have it on download. I've got it downloaded so I can watch it anytime I want. This character right here, Blade, is the greatest Marvel character of all time. Without this character, and who would have thought that Blade would to me, he's the greatest character of all time, because when you influence everything else that is built after you, dude, you are the greatest. Because without this character, Blade, nothing Marvel has right now. No miniseries, no movies, no X-Men, no Avengers, no Iron Man, no Black Widow, no Captain Marvel, no Thor, no nothing. None of that is getting made without this. Yes, prior to Blade, they made Punisher, but Punisher didn't do jack. Blade did. Wesley Snipes laid down the law. You know what I'm talking about? Dude, this movie was just incredible. These movies were incredible. The character in itself is incredible. And now we've got a new hunger for Blade with Marshall Ali coming out as Blade. And all I got to say is this, man. The one that Marshall Ali is in, it better be so damn good. It better not be trash. It better not be horrible, because they will crucify that brother. You know what I mean? You've got to lay it down and lay the law. It's got to be as good as this, what I'm holding in my hand right here. It ain't got to be as good, but damn it, it better come close. Don't make people have to start saying, what the hell were you thinking? You know what I mean? Now let's show y'all the poster of Blade. Because you know what I'm saying? I'm a big Blade fan. Big time Blade fan. You see Blade right there. Y'all see him doing what he does. You know what I mean? Let me show y'all him again. Number 1, numero uno. You know what I mean? Not only is Blade number 1, but he's my favorite superhero, aside from the Carjack for Assassin's Universe characters. Without my Carjack for Assassin's Universe characters, it would be Blade would be number 1. I remember when I first saw Blade in the Wesley Snipes movies, Wolverine used to be my number 1. Then I saw the Blade movie, the first one, right here, that I'm talking about right here. You got to go get your own DVD, man. I'm sorry. But Blade, oh my God. You got to go get your own DVD. Check this out. This is old school, y'all. Look at that. Deacon Frost on the left right there. You know what I mean? Wolverine was number 1. And then I saw this movie. And then I saw this movie. I said, oh, hell no. Wolverine, you just got a demotion right there in movie theater. He got a straight demotion. I said, this dude is sick. He's relatable to everybody. He's a vampire hunter. He's got superhuman strength. He's a tracker. He's intelligent. He's a lone wolf. He's anti-hero. He's misunderstood. He's lost family members. He lost his mother. He lost his father. He's lost so much, and yet he's still able to find purpose for what he wants to do, which is basically ashing vampires, giving them the business. You know what I mean? This movie was so damn good. Blade is the reason why Marvel is what it is. I mean, like I said before in the beginning, you're not making this list if you ain't influence, you ain't got animated series. You are not the reason why Marvel stirs or moves. This right here, Blade, is the reason why Marvel is where it is today. I don't care what Marvel does. They better not ever lie to themselves and say, oh, Blade ain't the reason. Blade is the foundation. If there's a building, Blade is the foundation under it. He's the reason why Marvel is where it is. I mean, as a fan of Marvel and as a fan of Blade, They have taken too long. This last movie was made in 2004. So this was 2002, 1998. And then Blade Trinity, of course, was in 2004, 2005. We're in 2022. What is Marvel waiting for? Why hasn't there been another Blade movie? Yes, we've had the animated series, one season. I loved it. Y'all got to go watch that. If y'all can't find it, go to Best Buy and buy your own copy. Or the one season with Sticky Fingers. Sticky Fingers did such a great job. I loved it. And here I was being naive, waiting on season 2, and I never saw it. I said, these dudes done screwed me over. You know what I mean? But Blade, oh my God, is the greatest Marvel superhero of all time. Y'all can not like it, but that's the greatest of all time. Blade is the greatest. I don't care about what's recent. I care about what you did in terms of to build the foundation of what Marvel is today. So Blade comes in at number 1. He's an influence. Him and Iron Man are influences on my character, Cajun. That character from the Cards of Assassin universe is just, oh my God. I loved Blade. I still love Blade. I've seen this movie. I know I've seen this over 100 times. And this one probably 98 times. That's how much I love Blade. You know what I mean? I love Blade. I can't help myself. Every time I watch it, I feel like I'm watching it. I've never seen it. That's how great it is. And the character in itself, man, like I said before, he just made me fire Wolverine in the movie there. Like, Wolverine got dropped. And Wolverine got dropped again to number 3. Because now Iron Man's moved up to number 2. So now it's Blade, Iron Man, Wolverine, Black Panther. Those are my favorites. And Green Lantern. That's my favorite top 5 superheroes that are not in the Cards of Assassin universe. You know what I mean? But Blade is number 1 without question. I mean, I'm waiting to see some kind of, I don't know what to call it, like some kind of, like a show that can talk about the construction of Marvel. Even though I've seen one and it talks about Blade being the foundation, but I want Marvel itself, its workers, Kevin Fringe, all these different individuals that work at Marvel to say, okay, this is how we got here. Let's thank us, Blade. Yeah, y'all need to, because Blade is the greatest Marvel superhero of all time, y'all. So let's recap, y'all. At number 10, Thor and Deadpool. At number 9, Black Widow. At number 8, Hulk. At number 7, Spider-Man. At number 6, Storm. At number 5, Captain America. At number 4, Wolverine. At number 3, Black Panther. At number 2, Iron Man. At number 1, Blade. That's right. Blade is number 1 greatest superheroes of all time. But before we get up out of here, y'all, let's show you some of our new merchandise that we got. You know what I mean? We've got the Batas 2 high tops. So y'all go get your pairs today on sciencevision.com. As you can see, you got art on 2 sides. These are popular right here. We can do them in any design, any of my characters. Most people, when they order, as you can see, it's got 4 different sides. You can see the art is different on all 4 sides. Most people, when they order them and they're like, oh, okay, this is cool. So it's not just one image. It can be 4 different images. It sure can, right? Let's look at the Batas 2 low tops. You know what I mean? Check this out. The Batas 2 low tops. Oh, these are sick. You know what I mean? Check that out, y'all. Let me put the shoelace back in there. You can see the art is different on all 4 sides. Y'all can see right there. And of course, you got that right there. You check that out. You know what I mean? So, you know. And then also, just because today's special, the Blade Batas 1. Yeah, that's right. Check this out, man. The Blade Batas 1. Check that out. Look at that. I got art on one side, art on the other side. So I got the classic on one side and the model on the other side. Check that out, y'all. I never have the same art on both sides. Check that out. You know what I mean? These are Blade Batas 1 right here. You know what I mean? So, you know, this is what we're doing over here at Science Vision, man. These are so sick. You know what I mean? So, as I stated before, man, Marvel's all-time top 10 heroes. Blade comes in at number 1. But before we get up out of here, y'all, let's thank our sponsors. This Science Vision podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting. Growing good business anywhere and everywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. And this podcast is also brought by Anadel Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. Y'all, I want to thank you for listening. Today's episode has been awesome. Marvel's all-time top 10 superheroes with Blade coming in at number 1. So I want to thank you for listening. This podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Booker Jr. Please check out our website at sciencevision.com or sciencevisionshop.com. And please check out our YouTube channel because I keep talking about it. All these videos, all these podcast videos and different promo videos are on there. You know what I'm saying? You can watch it if you love visual. You got to go on Science Vision at our YouTube channel at Science Vision. And please subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen, whether it's Amazon, Deezer, Spotify, Apple. And you can also listen to our website at sciencevision.com. You know what I'm saying? Please check out our social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and all at Sinus Vision. Like I say again, YouTube, you know what I'm saying? So we got social medias on and popping. It's the wave of the future. Is where you got to go. And please don't forget to review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.